Hello, everyone. Welcome to the gaming zone again. This is part 2 of our Xbox stuff over here. This is the Master Chief Collection, Halo Master Chief Collection. Joining me for this one is, as per the last one, Richter Hammer, the SAHD Gamer.
Hello.
And Pew Pew herself, Anastasia Lazerbeam.
Hello.
And yeah, this collection, it's a nice little collection. It has Halo 1 to 4 in there, and with DLC, it has Halo 3 ODST. Yeah, I got the initials right, I think. Yay.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
sounds like a fucking eye chart. ODST. Every time I read it, I expect someone to put, like, connect to say better with or without as it puts new lenses on me. But yeah, we should probably go. Which order should we go with this? I'm thinking 1 to 4, and then ODST last as it's extra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, the main menu looks pretty pristine and nice, and you get to create banners and avatars and just various like customization, like gamer cards. That's the word. Based on all the stuff from all the games that you unlock stuff in, which that's kind of neat. And then you have the option with Halo 1, 2, 3, 4 and stuff, and you got all the multiplayer modes, which are fun. And yeah, we start with Halo. Yeah, it's got the music. It's pretty cool. And I will also include under the extras for this one. I don't know if anyone would agree, but let's throw in an extra thing for everyone with the Halo channel. Because it's heavily tied to this, and it will come up a lot during Halo 1.
You know what else is funny? When you're playing the game and looking for the terminals, it also comes up a lot.
It But so we will start with Halo 1. And our journey begins with a young, unknown Spartan by the name of Chief.
Also, I'd like to say, instead of Halo 1, I like to call it Halo Fun, or lack thereof.
Or as I like to call it, Halo Combat Evolved, I believe it's called. Because people always go anal if you go Halo 1, it's meant to be Halo CE or something. It's like, fuck off! It's Halo 1. It's just Halo.
Yeah, it's Halo.
It's a CE, like, colon anniversary, blah, blah, blah.
No, it'd be the thing I just mentioned to you of Combat Evolved. That's its full title.
Okay, but I thought it's an anniversary, the CE anniversary thing on the screen.
Yeah, we have anniversary stuff in there, but
CE is Combat Evolved, Pew.
Yeah.
No, but I thought, like, just the official name, since it doesn't actually say it, like, outward, it just says the CE.
Yeah.
You know?
But, yeah, Halo 1. Okay. There's going to be a lot of negative in this from people and a lot of positive, so who would like to kick us off who wants to start us down our journey down the rabbit hole? With what they... Okay. I loved the fact you could press the square or view or whatever it's called button. I think it's the view button, and you could swap between what it used to look like and what it looks like now. That's a great feature, and it just makes it's kind of cool and interesting to go through each level and just look. Okay, this is what it used to look like. This is what it looks like now. That's kind of cool.
I agree with that. That's super cool, especially since I never played Halo 1 before this.
Yeah, and bear in mind when the game first came out and stuff, the combat is pretty solid. It's not as advanced as modern shooters and stuff like that, but it was before the modern shooters made these advancements. So I can, I have to kind of give it leeway on that bit. But I like the different weapons and stuff like that, and I love the different enemies and yay!
It's a little hard with the friendly fire.
Okay, Pew, stop shaking your bells that you have taped to your nipples.
No, that's my cat. I can't even help that. He's like 5 feet away.
I'm kidding. I just wanted to throw it out there like you had bells on your nipples and we're doing like the tassel dance with the bells.
Oh, that would probably hurt. Anyway. Yeah, but it's pretty hard with the frickin' friendly fire thing.
Yeah.
Because I can't tell you how many times me and Cody kill each other.
It is. There should be an option to turn friendly fire off, especially in the anniversary one. I can give it that. I will say it should have had the friendly fire option.
Yeah.
Now, unlike other shooters, you do get vehicles on this, which you don't get in a lot of stuff. Which I like the vehicles. I do like the vehicles. My favorite's the Ghost.
They're all named after like animal creature things.
Yes.
No, they're not.
The UNSC ones are, I believe.
Yeah, but I was gonna say you have Warthog, Ghost, Banshee, and stuff like that. So some of them are named after animals, like Richter said, like one side, and the other ones all
Yeah.
like ghosts and
Ghosts.
My
spirits.
friend
Yeah.
said also creatures, so like
Because there's the warthog, the
I believe that looks more like a puma.
mongoose. Yeah, the mongoose, which I think is the little bike, the scorpion tank, and I believe it's the
Isn't that like
mantis is the mech.
Isn't it like a puma or something?
Yes.
You're saying I just mentioned that as a joke, Pew, because that's what they kept calling the Warthog in the Halo TV or
I thought that was
internet
serious.
No, it's what they called it in the TV
The Red
web
versus
series. Yeah, Red v Blue. I didn't know whether or not to call it an internet series or a TV one because it's also on Netflix.
Yeah. It started as an internet one, as far as I know.
It did, which that's still cool with the ability to get into vehicles and then get out and shoot people and stuff. I wish more games had that. Even like one of the reasons I always say I prefer Battlefield to Battlefront and stuff to Call of Duty is I want to get in a tank every now and again. I want to get on a bike and stuff. And you know what I mean? I like that. I like stuff like that. Like if you could put me on a bike in a game, I'm happy.
I also found the vehicle controls a little bit slippery.
Yes.
Kind of like the Mako. Not as bad as the Mako once I figured out you need both sticks to do it, but still pretty bad.
Yeah, it's nowhere near as bad as the Mako, but it's good. I like the vehicle. I like the vehicles in Halo. They're fun, but I can understand why some people may not like them.
Yeah, I think everything but the warthog is fine. The warthog, I can't take it seriously. It's like almost purposefully bad. It's so like bouncy and everything. Like in one of the missions, it's like, oh right, we dropped one off for you, and there's like some Marines in it, and you like drive like 10 feet, and it like flips over. And the Marines, knowing better, just get out and start running. Even though you flip it over, jump back in, they just keep going. I'm like, okay.
Also, I'd ask, why the fuck is that in the end mission? Like, why? Why?
I know, right? Oh, that last mission is.
Like, why would you want to, like, drive? Like, I get you want to have something cool, but either not make it timed or fucking walk. Because it's like fucking narrow ass, like the most horrible place you can imagine to drive anywhere and also make it timed.
It's no Rainbow Road.
Oh, if it was Rainbow Road, that'd be fucking awesome. But, like, the worst place you could drive, narrow-ass hallways, it's fucking timed. Some cunt decides to say, nope, you have to go pick somebody else, and you have even less time now. And, like, all this shit. It's like, why? This is, like, all these horrible decisions put together.
I will say, the last level where you have to run through in the Warthog, I personally don't love that level. However, I can understand there are people out there that do like that. Like, I know the Crispy loved that level, and he just flew the fuck through that. And when I got in there with him, he was like going all the way through the corridors and getting to the end really fast, and it was like, whoa. And he's like, yeah, because he just loves the driving controls. I'm like, okay, fair enough. Some people will like it, if that makes sense.
Cody liked it, but I don't know. That's because he's like crazy expert on Halo. Yes.
That's no gun.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's a glove.
I know it's a glove, but like game-wise, I have no idea what that is.
That's a discussion for another time. But basically, yeah, like I said, the characters on the game, to me, I understand not everyone is, but to me, I'm kind of impressed by how much of a personality Master Chief has with how little he speaks.
Yeah.
Mainly because they use that. Is it Katana? Because I like her. I can't say her name properly. I like her. She's my favorite character. I just can't say her name properly. But like using her, it elevates his personality. Like that scene where he just crashes it into the wall, and she's like, "You meant to do that, didn't you?" He just keeps walking. Like he's doing it to take the piss, or he's doing it to mock. Like he's got an element of arrogance to him that this actually complements and shows. And I'm like, I like that. He has a lot of personality for someone that doesn't speak.
Yeah, it shows that like she already anticipates what he's gonna do, so you find out most of his personality through her. It's like you would do that because you're the type of person or whatever.
Yeah, it's sort of like, for lack of a better term, because I think this one did it better than most of these, and not all of them, but most of them. It's like the Legend of Zelda games when Link doesn't speak, but yet you know his personality based on the stuff around him.
Yes.
But I don't know. Did Rick have anything to say about the character, personality-wise, or the end missions or anything?
Yeah, the end mission, that one's terrible. Besides just, I feel like it went on too long. Like, I understand what they tried to go for, but just like the level design and just I don't know. I
also
definitely
felt
not
like
a fan.
I also felt like the grenade radius was like changed. Like for other enemies or whatever, it was like far away or no, really narrow, whatever. But when it's near me, like oh my god, like I can like throw it like kind of sort of near them and explode and take like half their health. But if I'm like 20 feet from it, it'll take all my health away, and it's like what the hell? Like I wasn't even fucking near it. I was like in another room. It's like yeah, but you were kind of near the doorway, sort of. And I'm like what?
It's because the
Drives
enemies
me
have
nuts.
better shields than you.
Apparently, but like it's ridiculous because you would like throw it to the enemy and it would not hit them, but then you're far away from it and it hits you. It just makes it like makes crazy. Ugh.
Yeah, I'd say some of the weapons in that game were cool. Like, I really like the
Yeah.
needler
Yeah.
and the battle rifles. I can see why people missed that. That was a cool one. I didn't think I'd like it, but I did.
My favorite's not in the first game, but I do like the rocket launcher.
Yeah, rocket launcher's pretty good.
But I'm
Much better than the GoldenEye one.
I'm a little biased. In any game, I love a rocket launcher. I'm a little biased, but in any game, like whenever I played like shooter games, like when we played like Army of Two and stuff with like Crispy and stuff, he's normally like snipers and all these cool weapons and stuff. I'm always like shotguns and explosives. I don't know why. It's just awesome. It's just go boom, dead. But what about the multiplayer of the first Halo game? I'm not sure if anyone wanted to touch upon that because I don't know if everyone here played the multiplayer. I don't mean the co-op. About the co-op multiplayer should count as well.
Yeah, I'd say co-op wise, I wish it was more than 2 players, because with the ones that had 4 players, it was definitely more fun. But yeah, I didn't play the versus multiplayer.
I played the Verse multiplayer online on it just to try it out a couple of times, and on that one, and I didn't hate it. It's the same as normal multiplayer, and you had like the portal things where you could go through them and appear in other places, and it was kind of good. Although it was obvious that that was the game that started like obviously Halo jumping, and it was also the game that started people knowing the exact layout of the map to camp in the one spot that's hard to reach or hard to get to, because I hate campers and shooters.
I don't think that started that, but
I feel this one made it more popular. Hence why a lot of people call it like Halo camping or Halo jumping.
Because I've never heard Halo camping, but
oh, I heard that because it spawned the sniper rifle right up on this hard-to-reach cliff right next to this ledge, that if you go on there and exploit a glitch, you can camp the entire game on that ledge and get shitloads of kills. And I'm like, oh.
Oh, just a second, I'm going to go play Halo multiplayer. No.
He's going to go camp.
Yeah, I know that like Quake and Doom had stuff like that too.
Oh, yeah. They did have a lot of that. Yeah. I felt that with those ones, they were more like big open, more arenas, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they didn't have so much the open areas, but they definitely had like spawn camping and shit.
Oh yeah, they had spawn camping, which I hated.
Yeah.
But the multiplayer is not that bad. The only downside to the multiplayer when you play it, it's in Halo graphics. And I know it sounds like a weird complaint, but I mean, it's in the original Halo graphics, not they didn't upgrade the multiplayer to the new graphics, which that's weird. Why would you do that? But so, what's everyone's overall thoughts with the first one? Like,
I would say, spoiler alert for later. The games get better as they go along, but Halo 1 is really rough, and there were a lot of parts I didn't enjoy. And I'm just going to flat out say the Flood are a cool idea. Putting them in the game and playing against them just sucks shit. That's all I can like. They're just so terrible. I hate fighting them. They're not fun at all. But they're a really inventive idea, and it works. Like they work how they're supposed to, which is actually like bad in a fun sense. But overall, I did not enjoy Halo 1 that much. It had a couple good moments, but it also had some other stuff, and I don't know where this is going to come up, but sometimes just the online, like where it'll
the checkpoint.
where like the checkpoints don't hold in multiplayer. But it's just, and you'd have to like start all over, and you're like, oh, and some of those levels were like way longer than they should have been. Like just shots fired on level 3. That one can suck at just a giant dick, because it's like it's obviously 2 stages, and they're just like, nah, just link them together. No, don't link them together. Those are because you go through like all this ravine and other stuff, and then you fight like even sort of like a boss. I think it's like the first time you fight the hunters. I don't know, the big armored dudes, and then you like teleport up into the ship, and then you have to run around the ship and stuff. And that's 1 stage, and you're like, no, just make that 2. It's obviously 2.
Yeah.
It's like they wanted, like, we need 10 stages in this game. We have 11. Combine these 2. Done. And then just ship it.
I could see that. How about you, Pew?
Didn't she do the raspberry?
Yeah.
She did, but I wasn't sure if she wanted to actually go more in depth with it, or just wanted to go.
I liked the Flood, but then like the only thing I didn't like about it is I felt like I get the whole idea. There's like a whole lot of them, and like they're like a flood of them. Whatever, I get it. Because I like the idea of a whole bunch of small enemies I can kill one shot, and that's cool. Because I feel fucking badass killing all these like little dudes. That's cool. I like that. It should have stayed like that. But then when it's like, okay, this is an excuse for us to waste like 20 minutes just giving you the exact same enemies over and over again, like no, that's like bullshit, like cheating. You're just like being fucking lazy, for the sake of plot point.
And they can resurrect other corpses, because
like it's a good idea, but you're being like super cheap with it. So like it was like, what the fuck? And story was kind of interesting or whatever. How the fuck did Sarge survive getting off the Halo when it blew the fuck up? But whatever. He rode on a rocket powered by Awesome or something, or whatever Cody said. So, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll say for me, with Halo 1, with the thing that those two mentioned, the Flood, like I mentioned, I like the Flood. They can be annoying, but I still like them. It's a cool concept. They look fun with the little, like, Krang-looking aliens, and then they're resurrecting corpses and all that, so it's like I got a zombie element to it. I'm like, that's cool. And like doing the waves and waves, you have almost like a survival horror element, which I like. But like I said, they can get a little annoying, so I'll give them that. The checkpoint thing that Richter mentioned is annoying as hell. Because he mentioned a different checkpoint one. His one's still annoying as hell. The one I didn't like is when it warps you.
Yeah.
Because I don't mind it warping you on some of the later ones, because they don't do it as frequent. This one, they've warped you, jump into a tunnel, down the end of the other part of this same corridor, and you're like, you can't warp me twice in 5. And sometimes it'll warp you when you're stood behind him. You'll hit the checkpoint and go, and just teleport you an inch forward. You're like, this isn't how this works. But the vehicle elements are cool. The enemies are cool. The idea of doing the skulls, of like shooting them and they go, yay, into a party is fucking hilarious. It's fun to play through in multiplayer, so yeah, I'm gonna give it a good grade. I like that game. And then we move on to Halo 2, which I will say, which is weird. I think I liked Halo 2 as much as the first game. Okay. I don't, only because they made a lot of improvements I fucking loved. Hated how much you played through as the Arbiter.
I loved that.
That was awesome.
Because you stealth and then you can just run past bullshit. Like that made that so amazing. Because sometimes you're just like fighting all these guys, and you're like, God, I'm just sick of this. You know, some of these enemies are just bullet sponges, and then Arbiter just like, oh, up on the D-pad, that's right, I'm out of here later, because they don't actually lock you in. Like that's one of the tricks that the game does, is it'll like, you know, throw guys at you, but half the time you don't have to kill anybody. In fact, if you do that with the Flood, it's better to just run through. And I just with the Arbiter, he made that so much better.
He did. With me with the Arbiter stuff, I was like, with it on a lot of the stuff, because I know this may sound like a weird thing or whatever, but with Halo, it's Master Chief's story. Let's call a spade. Master Chief's story. I don't like playing there seemed to be more of the Arbiter than they did Chief. Like it wasn't as good a balance. Like I think even the Arbiter stuff carried on as the end mission too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like
maybe that's why I liked it.
And it's like that's not how this should work. This would be like, I don't know. It'd be like if you were to buy Metal Gear Solid and you play through a little bit of Snake and then the most of it you're playing through is Raiden. I'd be like, no, I don't like this. I don't like Raiden. Fuck off. I want to play as Snake. He's the who I bought this for.
Yeah. Well, I didn't like it because the Snake part was so small and you never went back to him. I like that at least the Arbiter one switches back and forth. Like, yeah, if the first two missions were Master Chief and the rest was Arbiter, I would definitely agree. I'd be like, what? You know, even though I like the Arbiter sections better, I'd just be like, oh, I could see why people hated this. But I like that it kind of switched between
back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the fact it switched between them. I didn't like the fact it ended with the Arbiter. It should have ended with Chief. Like, he should be the guy who you do the final mission of. He's fucking Chief. You know what I mean? It's like he should be the final, which means I think the ratio was a little off. But that's my one thing that grinded me with this one. But they did make a lot of improvements, like dual wielding, and my favorite weapon, the laser sword.
Yup.
I love the laser sword. Boom, cut you open. Boom, cut you open. Boom, cut you open. Or if it's one of the big titans, boom, tried to cut you open and you killed me horribly.
I'll give a special shout out for the lock-on attack. One of my friends calls it the Beast. He calls it beasting him, and so I'm just gonna throw that out there because whenever I did that, I was like, oh yeah, I see what he means. Where you do that, you don't just like stab or cut with it. You do like it looks like you're hitting him with your elbow. Like it looks kind of odd, but. The laser, but yeah, I don't even remember what the real name is, but yeah, the laser sword is awesome. That's really fun.
What did you think of the weapons and stuff, Pew?
I liked it. I love dual wielding stuff because it was awesome. Although weird thing with the I think it was with the laser rifles, like on infinite ammo, those don't count as infinite ammo, but the other ones that actually use bullets do, which that's weird. So, like, how can, and that's, like, odd. How can you run out of laser, but you can never run out of bullets? Like, if anything, it should be, like, the other way if you're gonna do it. So I can conceivably see me running out of bullets, but I don't see me running out of laser.
Maybe it's because the laser stuff isn't ammo. You can't pick up more for. You have to drop the sword and pick up a new sword.
Oh, it's not just the sword. It was, like, any gun that uses lasers.
Ah.
Yeah.
Probably because that battery instead, but...
Oh, yeah, because you can't refill the Covenant weapons, which bothered me. Except for the Needler, but, like, the other ones you can't. You're just like,
yeah, so that was annoying.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that didn't make sense with dual wielding, I can't pistol whip or I lose my weapon.
Yeah, you, like, throw it when you do it, like, what?
Yeah, throws it down, goes, and then hits him with the other one. No, you have two. Go, then I hit him with both.
Yeah.
I loved one thing they brought in with this game that I couldn't stop doing now. I think it was this one. Pretty sure it's this one. Hijacking enemy vehicles.
Mm.
Yeah, it was this one, I think. Where you could, like, steal the ghost and stuff. Where, like, just kick them off. Hilarious. And I had it at one point where I kicked the enemy off and he kicked me off and I kicked him off and he kicked me off and I kept saying to Crispy, I'm in a loop, he just won't stay off. And Crispy's like, but just shoot him, and he jumped up and I shot him, like, oh. Shocked I didn't think of this. The map layout seemed to be better on the second one too.
That's confusing as fuck. Like in the first one, like I got like so fucking lost, but at least I could like navigate where I'm going, like, because I can't tell you how many times like I need arrows on the floor, like where is this? I don't know where I'm going, like it's just ridiculous. Yeah. One I could actually go through.
One of my favorite stuff on the, I keep thinking this is the second one. I'm not sure. Please correct me if this wasn't the second one. I like that mission with the big spider tank where you have to jump off and land down onto it. I'm like, that's a cool concept. If you have to wait till it comes underneath you and jump down to get inside this thing, I'm like, that's cool. I like that. I think this was the second one, wasn't it?
I'm trying to remember. I think I remember what you're talking about. I don't know, but yeah, that was cool.
I think, yeah, it would have been the second one, because I think the third one, couldn't we play through the third one with 3 players, where 2 were the arbiter? So I know me and you did that together, and the third one onwards we did in more players, so it must have been the second one. Because I remember you on the bridge, and you're like, wait, did you just jump onto that thing? And I'm like, yeah, you're supposed to. Oh, okay. Boom, you jumped down, and like, we said, yeah, that's cool. Don't just shoot people in it. I like stuff like that. But I don't think we played multiplayer from the second one. Versus, I mean,
I don't.
I know we
did the zombie mode with one of them, but I thought it was the second one because I thought I remembered the sword, but the flood get the sword.
It might have been, but I couldn't remember if that was the third one as well, because I can't remember if that was the second or the third multiplayer. That's gonna bug me, but I do like that infestation mode.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't tell the multiplayers apart, except for like 4 because, and I didn't even, granted I didn't play them, so that might help, but like 4 because there's like the mech vehicle, so I'd probably tell that one apart. Like, oh, you're not in Halo.
We need to go back on that soon.
What, the game or the versus?
The game, because we haven't finished 4 yet. I just realized we haven't finished 4. But we've gone through enough of this before people say, boo, you can't review if you haven't gone through all of it. Please. That's how everyone reviews stuff on the internet.
We did a lot of Spartan Ops, and that's 4, so.
Yay. But, yeah, the second game, overall, it's a general improvement, though that one thing, like I mentioned, bugged me, so I'd rate it the same as the first one, but I don't know about the other 2. They may go higher or lower, I'm not sure. Whichever one of you wants to go with overall impressions of the second one.
Okay, I'll go. I think it was better than Halo 1. It felt like an improvement. I still wouldn't say it was like a great game. It did feel better than the first one though. Like I said with the other one, I kind of wish that they'd somehow crammed in 4-player. I will say though, I don't think we touched upon this for this game, that it had that awesome function of swapping between the original graphics and the updated one, but you could do it with cutscenes, which was fucking awesome, even though they didn't always line up. And I would like to say that because the Halo 2 anniversary was created, as far as I remember, for the actual Xbox One, the like cinematics are ridiculously fucking good looking. Like there were a couple times I'm like, this is CGI. That looks like a person. I was like, did they just film a person? It's really good. And I know graphics aren't everything, but like they looked really good. I was like, whoa, like that was like, I would say probably the only like current gen thing about it was those cutscenes. But the fact that you could do it with cutscenes was awesome. I wish you could do that in the first one because I wanted to see like I wanted to see the difference between it, and I really liked that the second one did that. So it had the great function of swapping between the graphics, but taken to like the best level of it, which I thought was a good plus for it.
I can agree with that. I do realize, we forgot to mention that. I loved that. And those cutscenes, like I had said to you before we played it, they looked awesome with the detail on like the hair with the monsters and the cutscenes. Yeah, like you said, they looked so cinematic. Yeah, I like them.
But yeah, I'd say it was better than the first, but still not amazing for the second one.
I could see that. And Pew.
I like the second one a whole lot, also because I really like the Arbiter, and that's why I'm probably okay that he had more like screen time or whatever. So I don't know. It was just a vast improvement overall. Dual weapons, like switching characters. It's just better feeling all overall.
And fair enough. So then we move on to Halo 3. Bum bum bum. Which Halo 3 solved one of my problems I had with the other two. But it wasn't a problem to knock off a score on the other two, or to really mention as a negative during them, but I didn't like the fact you both play as Chief.
Oh,
like
and 1 and 2?
Yeah, I'm like, there's only one Chief. Come on. They talk about how there's only one like him in some of the cutscenes. Like, boom, split screen. I'm like, that's a little funny where you're both Chief, but this in the third one, one of you's Chief, and two of you are. Is it both arbiters, or are they just two aliens that are similar?
I think it's an arbiter and then just a similar alien. I think player 2 is specifically the arbiter, but player 3 is not. It's just the same alien.
Nice. Which I liked Halo 3 as well. I will admit, I liked Halo 3. It fixed the problem I had with the second one of because of that, Chief was in all of the game, which is good because I obviously I played these for Chief, but it had vehicles. I think this is the one that had more the alien vehicles too. So the aliens had more upgraded vehicles, and so did the humans had more upgraded vehicles too. So they added more, like that little quad bike and stuff. Which, oh my god, I love the little quad bike. But like I mentioned at the beginning of this little review, I love motorbikes in games. I love motorbikes. And you put me on a quad bike, yay! Even though some people would say, but it had no weapons. I don't care, I'm on a quad bike.
Technically, neither did the Warthog, unless you had a second player.
Yeah.
In which case, the Mongoose, I think a second player could ride bitch, as it was called, and shoot. So, like, it kind of had a weapon.
That is also true, so you could go with that. Which... and I love like you also call it riding bitch, which I love that. Which I just loved the little quad bikes, and like the aliens had their own tanks they had tanks in the other ones, but these like the tanks and their own version of the Warthog and stuff, like they seem to match their vehicles more accurately between them, and they added a boost.
And they had
unless that was the second,
the chopper thing.
Yeah, unless that was the second where they added the boost.
I don't remember. Still no run button, though, I want to say.
That is also true. There is something that you can pick up that gives you a run.
Oh.
Or it might just been for the multiplayer. I'm trying to think now, but there was one of one of the armor upgrades could give you a run. Then in the fourth, they just made it where fuck it, everyone has a run, which is perfectly fine and acceptable.
Yeah.
This one, I believe, also added, unless that was also the second one, but I think it was this one, where you could go up to a turret and rip it the fuck off and be like, and just shoot stuff. But that might have been the second.
I thought it was in the second as well, but I don't remember. Maybe it was. I don't know. But yeah, that was an awesome function.
Yeah, but at least you had the 3-player co-op, which made it more fun.
Yeah. Yeah, the third one is definitely an improvement. And also, I don't know if you're going to go to this, but with the vehicles, the Warthog controls so much better. I still don't like that final level because it's, very Warthog heavy and it's very reminiscent of the first one, but it fixes so many problems with that. It's just annoying, not so much, that I don't want to play the game, although it came close. But like that first one, I just didn't even want to play anymore after like 10, 15 minutes of that crap. But like with the third one, also is eased by having expert driver Expound's Crispy to drive, and we just got to sit there and just be like, oh, thanks for doing it, and then he would fall and go, no, and I'd be like, haha, and then, just like, I'm not going to complain because I'm not the one driving. And I did do it on the 360 because that was because I did play the original Halo 3, but much, much better. I still don't like that last level, but it's a lot better. Definite improvement there, at least.
It is. And yeah, like you said, with Crispy driving, you're more relaxed because it's not you fucking up, and if he does fuck up, it's just like, no, you killed us all. And it's just fun having 3 people there.
Yeah.
So Personally, I'd rate the third one higher than 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give that a rating of up.
I did the same thing, just because it was slightly better.
I think so too, although I do miss that the Arbiter had the stealth. They just gave him a fucking flashlight, like, as the chief, and I'm like, oh. Granted, that would have been kind of broken, and people would probably be like, well, I want to be player 2, I don't want to be Master Chief. But it still kind of would have been cool to have that in there. Because, you know, sometimes you just kind of have to bite the bullet and do something that's unique like that, because in Gears 3, one of the DLCs, where you play as the bad guys, that player 1 has different abilities from 2, and 2 has 3, and I think 3 and 4 were the same. But it was kind of cool that, like, depending on your position, you had different weapons and abilities because you were a different person. And you know, I wish you could control that, but other than that, I thought that was cool, and I kind of wish the Arbiter, if you know, even if you could pick him instead of Chief, like if you were solo and you really wanted the stealth, I think that would have been cool to just have it in there.
I could see that. And yeah, I agree. I like stuff like that in games where you have the different abilities to complement the team. It's like when we were playing through that game where Jim told us all about reading Rainbow during a boss fight when we were trying to communicate with each other.
Fuse, yes.
Because that was super helpful. I
tried to forget that. You're going to bring that up for all time.
Yes, because it was super helpful.
Yeah,
but,
well, like, that part was annoying, and then he just made it worse by, like, being indignant that we were interrupting him. Like, that's what made me, like, that's what pissed me off. Like, the boss was already like, this is really annoying. But we're trying to do this. I'm hanging in there, and we're learning. And then Jim's just like, well, if you'd stop interrupting me, and I think I muted it and just threw my headset down. I'm like, nope, not dealing with Jim right now.
which I even mentioned. You interrupted us. We're playing the game here. But yeah, it's the case of with the. But I like that on Fuse. I couldn't remember what it was called. Where, like, if you had different powers, they fuse together. They create a new power that benefits the team. That's always awesome. It's like Diablo, where you've got different powers, and various games. I always loved that. Like, I'm looking forward to the new Battlefront game where you can customize your trooper, and like Battlefield does it with different types. Like, oh, I'm doing ammo, you're doing armor, I'm doing health, and stuff like that. It's like, that's always awesome in games, because then you can, if you've got enough people or a group of you can effectively create what I would call a trinity if you've got 3, or a super group if you've got more, of everything just complements and builds, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Looking forward to playing Battlefront with everyone on PS4. More looking forward to playing Blood Bowl, which me and Richter will be reviewing next month. Or the month afterwards, depending, because it comes out right at the end of next month. But, yeah, so that was the third one. So now we move on to Halo 4. Bum, bum, bum. Which, Halo 4, I didn't notice too many difference between that and 3. In terms of gameplay. I couldn't think of many besides the run.
They added a lot of new weapons because of the what are they? Forerunners, I think they're called. The other evil, the ones that have the mechanical dogs and those little flying pieces of crap, and and the teleporting guys. And I think at least with Spartan Ops they added the armor abilities and stuff.
They did. I like that. I do like Spartan Ops.
Spartan Ops is awesome. We haven't played much of the campaign, but Spartan Ops, even if the campaign's no good, Spartan Ops is so fun. Like, I really like that.
I like Spartan Ops too. Like we've mentioned in games, I always love Horde modes, or whatever you'd call them, but I like those modes in games. Like, me and Richter had a lot of fun, as much as the game wasn't that fun. I think Richter had that, and I believe I played him. It was either him or Crispy or both, when we had Transformers Rise of the Dark Spark.
Yeah.
Whether or not you're one of those people that's like, boo, they can buy Bayformers, so we're not going to pay for it. It's like, okay, but when they added the one you liked, you couldn't stop eating this shit up. It's like, it's still a good game. You commented on the previous games that it's a good game, it's solid, no matter what it looked like. But then the second they change the look slightly to one you don't like, it's like, no, it changes everything. And it's like, it's the same game almost. And that was pretty fun, and we got to go through that horde mode, and that was fun as fuck. Decepticons, and then you had like the big ones. I always love horde modes, and Spartan Ops is no different. It's just fun going through with everyone and doing the like, oh my god, can we survive these waves? Save us, Crispy!
Yeah, Spartan Ops is awesome, and it's 4 players, so all of us could play.
Yep.
Which I think we did like once or twice. Usually we had 3 of us, but
Wasn't 4 the multiplayer one or whatever?
yeah, the Spartan Ops. Well, also the campaign is 4-player.
I didn't do the campaign. I just did the multiplayer for that one.
You did do the campaign.
We did like the
Before?
first level or 2. Yeah.
Yeah, you did some of the
Oh.
campaign with us, and we stopped because we're waiting until we had all 4 people to keep going through it.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
That's helpful. Our game reviewer people. Well, one of our game reviewers. Because technically we're all our game reviewers. But, yeah. Like I said, Spartan Ops is really fun, and you get to customize and change your look at the character, your ability, and all that stuff, which that's just fun. But, yeah, so I would say 4, because it added Spartan Ops as a step up from 3. But overall, gameplay-wise, like in campaign and the other one, I didn't notice too many differences to make it like, like the difference between going from 1 to 2, where it had like, oh, now you can hijack vehicles, now you can boost, now you can do this, now you can rip off turrets, now you can do this. It's like the differences were subtle, but they were pretty good ones. So like I said, I'd rate that one higher.
I don't remember it. I just remember the multiplayer. So.
Okay. I think Rick. How did you go, Rick? Higher or lower than a 3?
4, I'd definitely rate higher. As my spoiler from the beginning, I think each game got progressively better.
I like the tank things in the multiplayer one that you sit on. Those were cool.
I
don't know if that was like in the other ones as well.
Yeah, I will say I will slightly disagree with you, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
Only because of what we'll be reviewing next, the DLC game. ODST.
I'm talking about the main numbers, though.
Yeah, the main numbers got better with each one.
Yeah.
ODST, this is my favourite one, and I don't mind it doesn't have Chief before someone brings that up, because it's a spin-off. They're allowed to be different. Like, I don't complain Hyrule Warriors doesn't play like Legend of Zelda or isn't exactly like Legend of Zelda, because it's a spin-off. Get the fuck over it. It's a spin-off. It doesn't matter. At least that's how I always view spin-off titles. Spin-offs that get more leeway if they're allowed to be different, but I don't know about you two.
Yeah, spin-offs, I let it go if they completely change a lot of the stuff about the game, because, yeah, it's a spin-off. It feels like that's where you try something new, and then if it works, you incorporate it or keep going with that.
Yeah. ODST, which is a DLC level, they gave it for free because at launch the game had glitches, I believe. And then now it's like it's really cheap to buy it. Like I can't remember how much it was.
Free for people that played it before last December, and it's $5 over here. So I don't know what your cost is.
Yeah, ours was about that or about £8 or something like that. It was cheap as it was either 4 or 8, one of the two. It was cheap as hell for the whole game. I'm like, yeah. Why would you not do this? But this one has some very good positives. Number 1, Nathan Fillion. Number 2, squad-based shooter, so it's more actually relying on all your team. Number 3, Nathan Fillion. Number 4, they changed some of the weapons and like gave you like a detective mode and stuff like that, which that's really cool. Number 5, Nathan Fillion. Number 6,
I'm waiting for armbar.
armbar. Yeah, I've replaced armbar with Nathan Fillion. But no, I did like this game. I really did. I really loved the ODST squad-based game. It was really awesome. It's different. It's technically, some people are going to say, well, it's still a first-person shooter. Yes, but there's a difference in first-person shooters. Like, there's a massive difference between, say, Battlefield on PS4 and, say, Duke Nukem Forever on PS3. That they're not the same type. They're not quite the same game. They're not the same game, if that makes sense. Like, Or like Team Fortress is a first-person shooter, and it's completely different to Call of Duty. Or Doom is different to Halo and stuff like that. So it's like there are different subgenres. This one's more like squad-based. Like I don't know if I would agree because I may be slightly off with this because I haven't played much of those games, just little bits whenever Crispy brought them around. Right, it reminds me more of like a lot of like the Tom Clancy games than it did a Halo game. Or like a cross between the two, like if I had a love child.
In some ways, just there's no real squad tactics like the Rainbow Six and stuff had. Like you couldn't order the people to do anything, so it still played like a Halo. But it felt like they were, kind of maybe doing some things like them.
I believe we did the orders. We constantly screamed on Skype, "Crispy, you killed everything while we hide in a box."
I know, but you can't point at something, hit A, and be like, "Crispy, kill that," and he's like, "Yes, sir." And
yes, sir. Yeah, he should be more obedient. If you're listening, Crispy, you have one job. Poor Crispy. Oh, these last two reviews. I hope he listens to these two reviews. But I really do. But we miss you, Crispy, and we need to play Halo 4 with you. But yeah, the ODST stuff. Yeah, I can see what you mean by that. And like you had all the hidden stuff with like the detective mode and all that, which was cool. And it felt different to Halo, but at the same time, it was familiar enough that you could play. This one doesn't have the swapping between the graphics because it just uses original graphics. Because okay, DLC. I'm hoping they add Reach, but they won't.
Yeah.
They won't because Halo 5's coming out.
Well, also, maybe I'm just off on this, but I'm wondering about the timing because I feel like maybe they're not going to put it in because it'll be backwards compatible.
Ooh, good point. We can reach on that too. High five.
Yeah. And that was one of the like 3 games with gold, so I have it for that. So.
Nice.
I know I'm a loser, but because I'm kind of wondering because I was like, well, they worked on ODST and they probably were going to do Reach, but if it's going to be backwards compatible, they're probably like, why put in work?
Yeah, I also feel they only worked on ODST because of the glitches. And since they've pretty much fixed them, redeemed themselves, and 5's out, there's no need to do Reach. Because they have nothing more to apologize for.
Yeah, it could be.
Sort of like on one of the wrestling games when they were like, sorry, the community creations and online doesn't work. Here you go, here's Mask came from the year before. It's like, thank you, that fixes everything. Oh wait, it fixes nothing, except now we have another character we can't use online. But yeah, like I said, I really liked ODST. This is my favourite of the Halo games so far, which is weird, but because it's a spin-off. Because like I said, I played the numbered titles for Chief, but the spin-offs, I really like the spin-off. Like I just loved playing through it, and like at the end when it was over, I was like, oh. I part of me felt, it's over. So I'd rate that higher. How about you guys?
I haven't played ODST.
Yeah, I agree. ODST was really fun. I did like it. I was kind of sad that they didn't, that it was only the campaign because that had Firefight in it, which is kind of like Spartan Ops. So I was hoping that they'd have also the like co-op, like more of that kind of stuff. But for $5, definitely worth getting. It's one of the few things I didn't get when there was a sale, mostly because of time constraints. It's like everyone else got it, and it's like, oh, okay, $5, that's cheap enough, and it's going to be several hours, so it was definitely worth buying and playing with other people, and it is fun. I kind of like how they do the story. It's really jarring at first because you like get the backstory, and then it's like, oh, you play as the rookie, and you're basically stranded, and you find like evidence of what happened, and then you play that level, so it's like once I understood that it was like, oh, the rookie separated from everyone, his levels are to see some evidence of what the other people went through, and then you play what they went through. It's like, okay, I get this. That's at least they tried something different. That's kind of cool. I don't think it was like the greatest thing to do ever, but it wasn't terrible. It definitely worked, and I give them kudos for trying it and not making it like absolutely horrendous. But that was definitely, that game is fun. ODST. And yes, Nathan Fillion.
Nice. And Pew? Oh, she said she didn't
Yeah,
play
she
it.
said she didn't have it. Yeah.
So the last thing would be the extra-wise, the Halo channel. The Halo channel's not bad. It's a free app to download on the Xbox, but we're including this here because parts of 1 and 2, you have to find these terminals that if you hit them, take you into the Halo channel, and then you get extra videos, which is cool. Also, the Master Chief Collection comes with, what the hell's that movie or mini-series?
Forward Unto Dawn?
Yes, I think it's that one, Forward Unto Dawn. And then you hold up your QR code to your Kinect. You don't have to enter the 25-digit code like a peasant. And it redeems itself. Richter's frowning.
Well, I'll show you. I didn't even redeem the code. What's up now?
And you can watch it, which it's weird because I watched parts of it, and as I'm watching like the first part, it pops up with something in the corner that if you hit it, it then takes you to a side story during a film. So this is a film with side stories within the film. Like it'd be like watching Titanic, and when it's about to hit the iceberg, you hit a button, and then you find out the iceberg's backstory. It's like, no, I don't want that. I just want to see them. I just want to see the film as a film, which you can do. But it's weird to have what essentially on a DVD would be DVD extras inserted into the film, where you have to watch through them to access them, which is weird. But the Halo channel has a lot of stuff on there. Has some of Red vs. Blue, I believe. It has the Halo Mega Blocks, I want to say, which is like a Lego mini-series thing of Halo, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
They have Griff Ball and various other stuff on there, like also information about the 5th game and how to play these games better and stuff like that. So I really do like the Halo channel, even though it was a little obnoxious for the terminals. I don't know what you two think about the Halo channel.
It was
Yeah.
cool, I guess. Extra information or whatever. That's
Yeah,
it.
it was. I like the idea that you unlock stuff. I don't like that you're in the middle of the damn game, maybe playing co-op, and it pulls up the thing like, oh, you want to download the Halo channel? I should not have downloaded it. It was way quicker to exit out of it when it asked me to download it rather than after I downloaded it, and then I had to boot it up. And I'm like, no, don't boot this shit up. I'm getting shot because it's co-op, so I can't pause. I'm online. And it's like,
But you're invincible.
Still, I'm not helping you, though.
That's the same as if you're there.
Not really.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Probably shooting you if I'm there.
Yeah, you're helping me die with grenades.
Yeah.
You're launching my corpse.
No, more often than not, I would shoot you with something else because, like, I would turn and there'd be like flood or something, and I'd shotgun you. I'd be like, "Oh, that was you." Okay.
Yeah, and I'm kidding. Richter is actually good at the game. I'm just joking with that in case people take that seriously.
I'm okay at the game. I wouldn't say good, but yeah, it was just like, it's cool that it unlocks stuff, but I kind of wish it would not just pull it up in the middle. Like it feels like they're like, oh, well, when you're getting these terminals, you're gonna be playing single player because you're gonna do it for achievements, and so you're not gonna do it with your friends. And like, well, but if I run across it, I'm gonna grab it. Like, if I want to grab the rest of them later, then yeah, maybe. But some of them are pretty obvious. You hit it and it's like, oh, gotta pull this up, and you're just like mashing B. You're like, get out of here. At least say like, hey, would you like to load it up? Don't automatically do it.
Yeah, like I said, it's a little obnoxious with that, but
yeah, it is.
And I will say, it also makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
Once you unlock one, if you go to the Halo channel and you view it, you can go along and view all the others that you haven't hit the terminal of. Which I'm like, oh, so you made the terminals pointless then after you, because you just need one. Yeah. The others are just for little pointless achievements. Yay! I'm like, no, you're doing it backwards. You should have to find them to unlock them. If that's how this unlocked in the first place.
I think for the first two, yeah. I could see for like the well, does the third one have that? I don't know. Because there were skulls, there weren't terminals. Wait, were there terminals? Damn, I don't remember. But
I can't remember them.
Because they added them. But like, let's say they had them for the third one, because I can't remember. But like, if they had terminals in the third one, for argument's sake, there are people that probably got them in the original one because I think they would have been there. Because I know the skulls they added to 1 and 2. But like, yeah, so like I like that they were defaultly unlocked for some, because especially with 3, you might have got them on the 360. You might have already got those skulls, and it's like, oh, go get them again. You're like, yay, you know. So
Yeah, I could see that. And yeah, the overall collection, the rating of the overall collection. Personally, I'll go first for this one. I'm going to give it a solid buy. You get 4 games for the price of like 1 game, and I think it's a little cheaper now than most Xbox One games.
It is.
It's worth the price. It's hours of content, and each one's just fun to play through with your friends and stuff. So it's like, yeah, it's just a great collection. I'd give this a solid buy.
Yeah.
Rick, your rating?
I would definitely recommend buying this because, yeah, when it came out, yeah, I could see why no one would want to, or why people shouldn't have gotten it when it came out because it was all buggy and stuff. But a lot of that stuff's been patched out, or at least, you know, hopefully the really bad stuff. And yeah, you can get it for cheaper now. There have been sales on it, and you get 4 games. You know, this is why I like the HD collections, quote unquote, and stuff like that. Is you get a good value, and I would as much as, you know, I don't like Halo 1, but they do get better, but still, it's 4 complete games for, you know, the price of even less than 1 game now because you can find it on sale. And, you know, even if you're not going to play it with your friends, just going through, like, the campaigns, I'd say is worth it. You'll get your money's worth. If you have friends to do it, even better, definitely play co-op. It's a lot of fun, even if the checkpoints hate you, especially if someone's in the vehicle. Because we've had that. So some of those vehicle levels, it's like, look, we teleported you back. Don't worry, you're good. Like, there's no warthog. Like, great, now we can't complete this. But
or the other one, if it teleports you behind the person in the warthog who doesn't see you teleport and keeps driving, it's like, no, you abandoned me again.
Or sometimes you're like shooting and it teleports you, and so like you shoot the other player because you're like, oh, thanks, game. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely got some really silly things, but I would definitely recommend buying this, even if you're not necessarily a huge Halo fan, because I think it's definitely worth the price and very fun to play with other people.
Yeah.
And Pew?
Since I got this for, it was a throw-in with the Xbox One, because I got the Halo collection thingy, whatever, Xbox One. So, but yeah, it's totally worth it. It's got 4 or 5 games now, I guess, because 1, 2, 3, 4 ODST. So yeah, even if you know one person that wants to play Halo with you, it's still fun, even if you like totally suck at it or whatever. Because I still had fun. Yeah, and it's just a great value for what you're getting.
Yep. One thing I will warn people about, if you buy this, I believe the box technically lies now.
Oh.
I can't remember if it was on the box. They definitely advertised it in the trailer, and with all the stuff to do with it. One of the things they patched out because of the glitches was the playlists, because you can still you can use their created playlists, but you used to be able to create custom ones with your favorite levels from across the game. But then they were finding people were joining online, entering people's playlists, but it was sending them into the mission when they were doing the campaign. And then when they got to the end of that mission, boom, that person left and went to his next playlist. And it screwed up people playing the story and people playing playlists. So it was like, okay, and they just removed custom playlists. Which, I can understand why they did it, if that makes sense. I think it should have been designed better, but I can understand it.
Yeah. Well, like, the idea behind the playlist they do have is fine. I just don't like that they have like extra rewards for doing it because there's no real difference. They're the same levels, you know. It's not like they add something weird. It's just like, oh, we'll string these together because there's a thread. Like, these are all the final levels of the games, and you're like, okay, like, yeah, that's a little quicker than selecting them, but like, what?
I think it's also because you'd be playing them in one sitting.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could anyway. You could just do scene select. It saves you some time doing it, but it's just kind of weird. It's like, these are vehicle-heavy levels. I'm like, okay, it's kind of, like, it's a neat idea, but it's just, like, I don't know. It feels like there's probably way too much effort, but there's way too many for, like, I don't know. For me, I don't really care. I look at them, I'm like, okay, why don't I just play the campaign? Like, maybe if you've already done it, but it's just, like, weird. Like,
Yeah.
these are all levels with the Flood. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm never doing that one. Okay, cool. But, like,
That was my next suggestion.
yeah, like, they're not bad, but I guarantee there was more effort put into these than there should have.
I could see that as well, yeah. But thank you for joining me, both of you.
You're welcome.
Yay.
And yeah, thank you. Stick around and look, check out other stuff on the Gaming Zone and all that, and our weekly show over on the X-Pound channel of XER. And yeah, good night.